I'll do on this Freedom Focus. This one's today's a short form breakdown of what I've been saying, and I'll try to put it in a graph so you can understand it more, where I'm coming from. So starting with the beginning, 4 modes, 4 aims, 8 industries, and 5 steps. Right, so start at the beginning, 4 modes, right? So like it's eat, sleep, mate, defend. They are the basic 4 modes of life. Right, and then you've got the 4 aims, right, in civilization, which is Arthur, the economic secular services, which at the moment is under this world's age of Kali. Right, and so most of us are working 48 weeks in a job, getting a 4-week holiday in our current condition under a monetary, warring, legal, offensive governmental system. And as war and offensive, right? Yeah, it's not neutral, defensive, right? We need to get it back to a Krita Yuga flow state, and I'll go lead on to how to with all the rest of the graph as it shows you, like all the different, like, and the little diagram of what this is all about. Dharma, as I say here, this is basically our career, our vocations. This is what we need to get in a system that gives us our Dharma and our career. See, the 3913 will do that for us. You see, you work 1 season and you get 3 seasons back for your Dharma and your career and your vocations, pursuement and free time. How much you want to put into towards your Dharma and how much you basically want free time per annum. This is for all of us people, right, of the heavenly host called the Kama. Right, this is Kama, meaning another name for Jesus, or Pradyumna, the head chief, Pradyumna's son. This is where we need to be. So we're under a Shiva system, which is 4th class. Kama is the 1st class system. This is the heaven on earth. This is the heavenly householder. So you're not the snake biting household living, which we're under right now, due to the monetary systems and the 4th class religions. This is the heavenly householder of life we need to be in. See, this is the way. This brings us moksha, literally, our liberations while on earth. And if you live by the ways of the eat, sleep, make, defend, and live in the heavenly host of ways, you'll get moksha from the material nature as well. If this is what you seek. Some of you might not, and you want to be reincarnated. It's your priority and your prerogative. Question is, how much do you affect other people to try and drag them down to reincarnation because you're being reincarnated? Could be a question. To me, this system at the moment is a fast track to reincarnation. Hell's been normalised. See, so it's not a moksha we're in at the moment. It's basically more of it's a complete, it's a karma, which is a bind. You see, not a moksha, a liberation. See, this is where we've got to get to our mokshas, like literally are for us in our life while on earth, and then free from the material earth, material universe, back into the spiritual universe. Then you've got to see here where we're at the industries. Now, I usually say there's 8 industries. Sometimes I said 7 in my ebook and in my vlogs. And I break it down into basically agriculture, medicine, hospital and care being one of the industries, housing the other, travel, transport the third, right education for people, not false education that we get now for spoon-fed, environmental issues, which is basically down to the 1974 Act, or everything's got to be a Health and Safety Act of sort of like a standard of environmental sort of standards that each industry's got to abide by. You see, that's already down anyway, and all the other countries' own equivalencies of that by its standards. As I say, it's 1974 Health and Safety Act for Britain itself is our one. So that's the environment. It's an industry obviously within itself, Then you've got the military, emergency rescue services. You see, this is always going to be here. You see, that's 100% always going to be needed. See, the protective class. You see, but what we need is the country to become neutral. Eventually become neutral. You see, this one needs as a military. So they're neutral defensive, not at the moment offensive. As I say, offensive is the best way of defence sometimes, but that's only if you're an attack for some reason. If you goes to the game is to get all countries eventually to become neutral defensive, which is like very hard in a moment with so much piracy and terrorism going on, you know, going on in the world, you know. But that is the game, and that is the aim that we need to get to, country by country, step by step, you know. You know, even if we were with NATO in the end, we're just all neutral defensive countries, we're not even getting involved so much anymore in anything, you know. Leave countries just defending themselves, more people just getting and joining in. It becomes worse and worse, it's like a barbarol worldwide. I mean, there's about 33, 34 countries, what, at the moment, all basically in some sort of, you know, war or conflict going on right now. As I say, they've got the emergency and the rescue services. So again, you're saying that just basically the police, as we know, sea rescue, you know, the ambulance, paramedics, the fire services, you know. So these are always going to be here, see. They need to be working for us, the public, so the public military, not the royal military anymore. You see, not the governmental military, but the people's military, the people's police, not the governmental police enforcer, but the policemen of a free world. That's where we need to get to as an aim. So the art and engineering, well, we know art and engineering is the same. You know, you need art to engineer. You've got to learn to draw before you can engineer stuff, you know. There's an art to it. And all the arts, what brings us out is our culture, you know. Their engineering as well of our nature and our psyche of people. Does art do for us? And because in engineering does as much as literal industry of engineering, it does as well, you know, to improve our civilised world. You see, then there's us people. You see, that's the main thing. We are the people that make all this happen. Without any of us, none of this stuff happens in industry. We've got to remember that people come first. See, not a few rulers of the world at the moment, you know, in their postage stamp of a collective or worldwide amongst the rest of us, at the envelope of everyone else who actually run things, you see, and all posts and positions, to the point where we need to get to all the relevant posts and positions of a free world. Then we get to where I've always gone on about as well, to see the 5 steps. How do we get there? Well, step 1, don't vote on voting day. 15 million's not voting in this country, 100 million or so basically in America from day one. We need to rise the numbers, though we shouldn't have to, so it's more and more that they have to basically break in front of us and basically cannot rule no more in their fascist dictatorship they call democracy. And we have a fair voting system. All the locals, covering all the local issues and all the local duties. Every 3 months, 13 weeks, we have a review online of all the things to be prompted or voted yes or no amongst all the locals and local area. So you have a free voting system, not democracy, just a free voting system. Become neutral, we become neutral. As I said, they become neutral, instantly as possible, but becoming neutral, so you know they become neutral defensive countries, so white helmet in the world, military, air, land and sea. That's the aim, that's the game, right, as we know. Anyone with the right mind would think this and agree that. Right, becoming non-monetary, again, see, this is where it comes really interesting, because now we consolidate all housing into the first estate, which is clearing all debts, mortgages, rent arrears, and any credit card debts or any debt you've got cleared by the will of us. This is what we've got all focus on with the 15 million. Why we don't want to vote? What do we want? We become non-monetary. Let's become neutral. You know, so we want to become neutral, to graduate becoming non-monetary. You see, and then with all the industries relevant, keeping in the non-monetary, we enable the timeshare template 3913, our new working roster, right, which is basically you work 13 weeks being 4 people, getting 39 weeks back if it's a job. So then you've got 39 weeks back to your career and free time, and you have more free time to do what you want to do, which is our freedom, pragmatically, for an adult in a free world. But you know, we should be taught the value of freedom, why we work for free, so everything's free for, it's not the value of money. This is critical Yuga thinking. This is where we need to get to. This is the 3913 that we need to get to and use it in human resources, where it's a true form, that is a true core of what real revolution is in human resources of the free world of industry. So instead of being in 48 weeks, you work 4-week holiday you are now, it's 13 weeks by 4 people, you get 39 weeks. Now, if it's a career to you, where you're being a manager, a nurse, or someone that was a working career, you don't mind doing 26 weeks, 39 weeks, you still have to have 13 weeks though, as a holiday, you see. And then you choose per annum as an adult how much you want to put in this year in your career for all the career people. All the rest of us are only going to really have jobs, so we get more free time for the most of manual labouring. This is a true revolution. The Sudra working class man and woman becomes free, is what Krita Yuga really is. You say we're not enslaved by second class systems and fourth class religions that we're in now. You say, and then decriminalising drugs. So we're just criminalise all drugs and have them administrated to respective class they are, with all the rehab stations, all the information, all the abridging necessary things that need to make it work properly, like Portugal has done as an example, as decriminalising drugs right now under a monetary system, so it'd be easy with a non-monetary system for this to happen. But even within the 5 years, if we can do it, that'd be great. Have more rehab stations, more long-term retreats for people so they can strengthen up their mental battle to say no and stay no when they're amongst civilization, when all the drugs are free. So easy just to basically go off on a bender again, and basically you've got high addictions, but it's learning to say no, right? And saying the spirit of saying it and be amongst people in the thick of life, basically. This is what basically the retreats are for, so to build you up stronger. So you can stay in the spirit of saying no, you see, and, while all the drugs are simultaneously are free. But see, in the free world, because everything's free, you can now use the freedom we have to book up into things you couldn't do now because it costs money. For the things you'd rather do in your tailoring of what you'd rather do to stay sober. So, these are the benefits of having a system where it's all drugs are decriminalised, and even better so when it's non-monetary. So it helps us all out, you see, in the long run of things. And a completely instant basic benefit of feeling that, I find. But this is the goal, this is what I'm saying in this diagram of what we need to do. It's a short form, so the four modes, 4 rounds, 8 industries and 5 steps. Okay, I'll leave it there for right now. Have a nice day. See you later.